I was chilling with these two females who I thought was females because they looked just like it, and shit like that. And shit happened in the video. It didn't get too far, but it went far enough. So now people they trying to play with my top, like they trying to play with me. You see, I'm a victim of the bullshit.
In Miami, I done had plenty niggas in Miami and Broward. Broward, my favorite.
Like, I wasn't aware. So I'm spreading awareness about this situation that is really going on in the world. Seriously? The fuck? I have a high respect for the gay community, trans community, all that. You know what I'm saying? We're no better than anybody. And shorties, they had the titties. They was looking nice. The booty, you know what I'm saying? Looked like a female, man. A lot of they was looking decent. Like, a lot of niggas be confused, bro. Don't act like I got a scanner, like, to really understand what's going on. I ain't have enough time. I didn't have enough time. They looked good from the time being.
Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta talk about this one because shit is getting real in these streets. Ladies and gentlemen, I repeat, the ish is going down in these streets today. Not only can people who choose to live an alternative lifestyle or transition, we'll just use that for the reference for this video, they can actually make changes to their birth certificate. It's now becoming harder and harder and harder and harder and harder to determine or to know whether you're dealing with a lady who was born a woman or somebody who transitioned to a woman. It's becoming extremely difficult for a lot of guys in these streets to be able to tell the difference. And birth certificates and IDs and shit are now being able to be changed, which is making it more difficult for guys to be able to make the determination between the two. And this is why I love the Philippines, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I ain't gonna hold you. That's why I love the Philippines, because if there's one thing that I notice about Filipinos, and I love them, they my peoples, y'all know that. It's very easy for me to be able to determine whether you's a real woman or not. It's very easy for the most part in the Philippines, and very rare have I ever come across any guy that said he was bamboozled or tricked into believing that a Filipina wasn't born a Filipino, right? It's very rare that I've had situations where people have come to me and said that. Now, if you were able to go to Thailand and get the good surgery, right? Because Thailand, I don't want to say this out loud, but I think that the only logical solution when you go to Thailand and you deal with some of them young ladies out there, with all due respect, y'all gotta do the Trump check, right? You gotta do the Trump check. Y'all know what the Trump check is, right? I shouldn't have to tell you. But remember when my man had the video out there that damn near ruined his whole political career, grab her by the punani? Yeah, y'all gonna have to do that. Because that's one place that I know for a fact. In Asia, more specifically, it's probably the most difficult to be able to tell what you're actually dealing with. And it's unfortunate that some of these young ladies, men, whatever you want to call them, what happens is they don't feel the necessity, or they don't feel as though it is a requirement by law for them to let you know, hey, I'm post-op. That's the best way for me to put it. That means they ain't got the thing on them, right? Some people don't tell them, or sometimes you won't know until it's about to go down and you realize that, hey, she got more drunk in the trunk than probably you do. And it becomes very stressful because most men will find it very difficult to be able to live with themselves if they knew that they was about to go all the way, right? And again, like my man said, it's no knock on the community or anything like that. It's just that if that's not what you're in it for, and if that's not what you're looking for, and that's not what your lifestyle choice is, it can be very detrimental to your mental as you proceed along with dating or whatever you want to call your situationships. It can be very difficult for you to process and move forward if you was almost bamboozled by somebody who opted not to tell you that, hey, this is my lifestyle choice, this is who I be, right? Now, for the most part, I can tell you that there are, if I'm very, how can I say this? If I'm unsure of what I'm dealing with, and yes, I've had situations in a long past wherein I wasn't sure, right? I wasn't sure. I usually look at the Adam's apple. Yeah, if you got an Adam's apple, yeah, I look at your feet and I look at your hands, because those are usually the things that are the hardest to hide if you's really about that life. Because if you really a dude, like most guys got sizable hands or they got sizable feet. And that Adam's apple is something that you can't hide, right? For the most part. Now, if they pass all three of those, then they get to the final boss stage where you about to get it in and you realize, oh shit, something ain't right here. You're better off, in my opinion, if you still feel, after the check, I should say, if you still feel like there's question marks with it, I believe you're better off just letting it go, right? Because where I come from, I'd rather be safe than sorry, right? And when I say sorry, it's more or less a mental thing, like, yo, how did I let it get this far? What did I do wrong? How could I do better? But it's gonna be hard for you to get past that, especially if you was lipsing or you was doing the most, right? Grabbing and touching and doing all this shit, and you come to find out it ain't what you really thought it was. It's troublesome, and I don't think that it's talked about very much. I really don't. Like, a man's mental health can take a drastic dive as a result of that. A lot of people want to focus more so on the rights of the particular community and shit like that. And again, I ain't got nothing against that shit, but I do believe that as men, we got rights to know, yo, if this is your lifestyle of choice, let me know so I can say no or I can say yes, right? It just depends on who you are as an individual, but let me know so I can let you know this ain't how it's about to go, right? Or if you really about that life in the secret, who cares, right? But, mentally, that could fuck with your head. And I don't know any guy that's ever been in that situation like that specifically that can speak to it. If you have, you wish to remain anonymous and you want to share something, comment section below. I will be glad to hear you out, how you managed to get past it or what you chose to do. I mean, it's an open forum, man, free dialogue. I'm not going to stop you from speaking your truth, right? But for me, it's more or less about the ones that choose to hide that shit. That kind of fucks with your head, right? And then, because that's something you can't take back, right? I want you to think of it like this, gentlemen. Everybody probably has one regrettable piece of ass in their life, right? With all due respect, let's be honest. There's always probably one girl that you wish you never smashed, right? Ladies, I'm sure there's a guy in your life that you wish you never let smash, right? It happens. It's just the way of life. But can you imagine on either side, well, we'll say it from the guy's perspective, because that's the best way I can speak from, but a guy's perspective, getting it in with somebody who was about that alternative lifestyle, knowing that wasn't who you are as an individual. Yes, I do believe that you should be completely exonerated mentally, like you shouldn't hold that against yourself, but it's hard for you to get past it. I know for a fact it's going to be extremely difficult to get past, because that's just something that you really never thought would ever happen to you. But like I said in the beginning of this video, man, these streets is different out here, man. These streets are different. So if you have any caution, if you feeling really weird about something, or you just not, like, it just don't vibe with you, go on get, man. Just go on about your business. Just say no, right? Now, I can't help you for the one night stands and the hookups at the club and shit. If that's your lifestyle of choice, man, you living reckless, right? If it's just let me take baby girl home for the night shit type shit, and we all tipsy and shit, you really do lack judgment when you're intoxicated or inebriated, whatever you want to call it. So to y'all, be safe. But I feel for this brother, because again, what tends to happen is, because this played out on social media, and I'm praying that your situation doesn't necessarily play out on the social media like my man's did. What tends to happen is people see that and, they want to start calling you names. They want to start coming at you like, oh, you like Ladyboys, this, that, and people want to try to joke on you and laugh about it. But like I said, to some people, it's no laughing matter. And my brother was just putting out a PSA. Fam, he was putting out a warning, and a warning that I want to continue the message on with. I don't know how many of you guys want to share the video. I will be glad to. I would appreciate it if you did, because a lot of brothers need to know. A lot of brothers need to know, right? Again, in the Philippines, it's a little bit easier to be able to tell the difference. That's why we rocks overseas, abroad. Now, again, in Thailand, might be a little iffy, maybe. I'm not sure what it is in other countries. Most of the time, you'll be able to tell the difference. But sometimes, you may have to think more than once. or you may have to do some additional checks, right? A little more investigation before you go ahead and call it. But that was just all I wanted to share with y'all today, man. Appreciate y'all locking in. It's been a good day, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is out. Peace.